Hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying? It's back at you with another video. Today video is gonna be a word about words. Yesterday we talked about Martin Luther King and in his fifth book, Chaos and Community, Where Do We Go From Here? And in his fifth book, him and Stokely Carmichael in the chapter Black Power, him and Stokely Carmichael got into it. Well, they didn't get into it. They had a fruitful discussion. You know what I'm saying? Debate about what should we do about, you know what I'm saying, about the slogan Black Power was born in Greenwood, Mississippi during the Meredith March. According to Dr. King, and you can look back in the videos in my video thing where he states this, that he said power had a negative connotation. And I started to think, why do black people have a problem with power? You know, and through the Judeo-Christian slavery that we've been under here in the Western Hemisphere, we was taught that power was bad. But the truth is, power is not bad at all. It's something that's really needed. You know, I'm going to read some things, you know what I'm saying? This is from Saul Alinsky, Rule for Radicals. And he goes through that, you know what I'm saying, a word about words, about what words is good and how we get it confused, you know what I'm saying? Because words being a lot, that's why they call it spelling, because you're casting spells. So this is a word about words. The question may be legitimately raised, why not use power and other means the same but are peaceful, then that does not result in such negative reaction. There are a number of fundamental reasons for rejecting such substitution. First, using a combination of words such as harnessing energy instead of the single word power may begin to dilute the meaning as we are trying to purify synonyms. We dissolve the bitterness, the anger, the hate, the love, the agony, and the triumph attached to these words, leaving an anesthetic imitation of life. To use any other words but power is to change the meaning of everything we're talking about. Power is the right word just as self-interest, compromise, and other simple political words are. For they are conceived in and have become part of politics from the beginning of time. To use any word but power is to change the meaning of everything we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So why use something different? You know, stick to the script. You want power. Power, meaning the ability to get it done, whether physical, mental, or moral. To act has become an evil word. That's why you get a lot of these Facebook scholars and all type of shit just out here talking. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, all these little debates you see on these little, you know, YouTube and other station sites like that. Let me see your ground game. It's easy to talk that shit and be a book scholar and read. Let me see your ground game. Let me see what you're doing in your community. You know what I'm saying? To act has become an evil word with overtones and undertones that suggest sinister and unhealthy, the Machiavellian. The word power is associated with conflict. Yeah, you're going to have to fight. If you want power, you're going to have to fight. It is unacceptable in our present Mattis Day Avenue, deteriorized hygienics, where controversy is blasphemy and the value of being like and not offending others. Power in our mind has become synonymous with corruption and immorality, and that's a falsehood. And that was brought down by the church, especially on African people in the worldwide. Whenever the word power is mentioned, sooner or later, someone will refer to the classical statement by Lord Action is cited as follows: power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. In fact, the correct occasion is power tend to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. The power of corruption, the corruption of power, is not in power, but is in that person. When you see these preachers running around here, and they have some power. When you see them running around here talking all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? And they buying jets and Lambos and shit like that. That's a corrupt person. The power wasn't corrupt, you know what I'm saying, that he got, you know what I'm saying, that he earned. He was just corrupt, or she was just corrupt. We got to face that fact. No, we got to face that fact. You know what I'm saying? We got to face that fact in dealing with these people, you know. Same thing with the politician, the black politician. You know what I'm saying? The power that the black politician got wasn't, you know, it wasn't the power that corrupted him. It was just that person was a corrupt person himself in the character. You know, you got to recognize that fact. Power is an essential life force, always in operation, either changing the world or opposing change. Power of organized energy, because you got to be organized to have power, may be a man-killing explosive or a life-saving drug. The power of the gun may be used to enforce slavery or to achieve freedom. It is impossible to conceive a world devoid of power. The only choice of the concept between organized and unorganized power, mankind has progressed through learning how to develop and organize instruments of power to achieve order, security, morality, and civilized life itself. The sheer struggle of physical survival. Every organization known to man, from the government on down, has one reason for being, and that is for the organization of power. It wouldn't be nothing without no power. In order to put the practice and promote a common purpose. When we talk about a person lifting himself up by his own bootstraps, we're talking about power. Power must be understood for what it is, for the part it plays in that area of our life. We have to understand it and thereby grasp the essentials of the relationship and the function between groups and organization, particularly in a pluralistic society. You got to have power in this pluralistic society, in this so-called multicultural stuff. You got to have power. You got to have boundaries. You got to have self-interest. You got to have a chip on your shoulder. You got to have ego. More things we'll talk about later on in more videos as we progress with this. If we understand the grab essentials of the relationship and function between the groups and organization, particularly in a pluralistic society, to know power and not to fear is essential to its constructive use and control. In short, life without power is death. Life without power is death. You're going to kill your own damn self by rejecting power. A world without power would be absolutely a ghost wasteland, a dead planet. And a people without power is a dead people. So I hope y'all get to understand the message. You know what I'm saying? Hope you can hear it a little bit louder. You know, this is what we do here. A word about words. Power. Peace.